guys, my name is Wesley Simpson. I'm a professional award-winning UK and destination documentary wedding photographer. Today I'm going to show you what happens after the wedding day and give you a sneak peek into how we design your beautiful wedding album. All our albums are designed in-house by myself and a team and printed in Italy by the world's best manufacturer. They come with a variety of options, but I really love a glass front cover. A glass front cover would not only showcase the client's favourite image, but then can later be used and displayed in the home as a work of art. We use lay flat technology so there's no loss of image when printing. We can print across double page spreads for them wow images, and each page would tell an individual unique story. It's that individual story coupled with how I photograph the day that makes the album so unique and perfect. I'm now going to show you how we create a timeless, perfect wedding album. Once all the images have been selected, they are then edited and uploaded for design software. We would start by designing the album front cover. This is usually the bride and groom's favourite image. We would complement this with a choice of leathers, normally a tone and colour such as a white, a cream or a black. This is so it would complement any decor and the album can be left out in the home as a work of art. I come to your wedding as a trained visual storyteller, drawing upon more than 10 years experience working on TV shows such as Hollyoaks and Shameless. This experience influences my cinematic style of storytelling, which is evident from page 1. Just like in the movies, we start with an establishing shot, a big double page image that would establish where the story is about to take place and provide the narrative for the forthcoming story. In this case, Melissa and Joe's wedding, which was a destination wedding which took place in Aldernez in Turkey on the beachfront, and they got married on the pier. If it was a UK wedding, we would probably establish the church or the wedding venue or even a bride and groom's homes for example. Usually I would start photographing the day at the bridal preparations. With this in mind, I've done a big establishing shot in the centre to establish where the action's taking place, and it's Melissa, the bride, getting ready. We've used basic design principles on this spread. The human eye, without us realising it, reads information from left to right in a Z formation. This is exactly why magazines and newspapers place their logo in the top left hand corner, and a website would generally have a call to action on the bottom right hand corner. Our eye would start here with the bride or the bridesmaid looking down to draw our eye down into the action of Melissa getting ready. And because the story is about Melissa, we've ended on a close-up makeup shot of Melissa to finish the scene. As much as I love photographing people, my aim at every wedding is to produce storytelling images. With this in mind, during the bridal preparations, we often photograph the products. Again, a big establishing shot of the dress hanging up with the anticipation of it about to being worn, and then we've gone in for a detailed shot of the design of the gown, which in this case is a Sophia Tolley wedding gown. On the left hand side we've got Melissa's designer shoes, Vivienne Westwood makeup and the gorgeous wedding rings. You've noticed that we've photographed all the products on the same neutral background to give this consistency, and also it helps it being very timeless and unique. I think these images are good for a point of reference for years to come when she's talking to her daughter or her grandchildren, and she can point out and actually show a picture of her perfume or her flowers and the shoes that she wore. So on this page, it's a documentary style image, a private moment between Melissa and her chief bridesmaid doing the last minute preparations, and then we've complemented that storytelling image with a detailed shot of the back of the dress and the flowers. Again, same tones and same colours to help complement the design. I love to seek out natural moments and turn them into extraordinary images, photos that will trigger memories and emotion so you can live the best day of your life forever. This is a classic example of that. Melissa on the morning of her wedding day in a reflective pose. It's unposed, it's a reflective moment, and I just think it's really beautiful, and the wedding day goes by so fast, and just to have a moment to yourself reflected in the morning is priceless. When printed in the album, you'll see all the details in the dress will really stand out. Her hair and makeup, her flowers will have that real pop because of the technology and the printing techniques we used. On the right hand side, a beautiful, clean, classic portrait of Melissa looking stunning. What man, what groom, what guy's not going to absolutely love that picture of a bride on the morning of his wedding day? From a safety point of view, if it's rained or it's windy or if Melissa's cried or if the bride's cried during the ceremony, she's got a safety image of her looking absolutely amazing before she even leaves for the wedding. What I love about weddings are the real and unplanned moments, the outtakes. These are the moments I like to call the moments in between the moments. A groom cracking up during the speeches, your best mate busting a move on the dance floor, or in this case, a father proudly fighting back the tears on the reveal during the wedding day morning. Again, we've used a classic Z formation design, Melissa in the top left hand corner, our eyes drawn across to the dad coming in, nice clean classic portrait, and then we've ended with a connection shot. We've established the scene with a big emotional image of the both of them in the centre. Now this works just equally as well, whether it could be your mother, your sister, whoever has the privilege of giving you away. It's a pure, real documentary scene. We haven't staged this in any way, but due to the experience I have of 10 years of photographing weddings, I'm able to put myself in that unique position. I'm on the correct lens, I know what the lighting situation is going to be, and I'm able to capture that once in a lifetime moment. Into the ceremony, again, pure, raw documentary wedding photography. I'm unobtrusive as possible. I don't use big distracting lights or flashes to capture these perfect moments. Again, our eye would start on the left hand side. We have Joe turning into the image, into the page, which naturally draws our eye line across. We can see Melissa, the eye contact, a big beautiful smile on her face, linking her dad to show the connection. On the right hand side we have the link shots, Joe's reaction, a shaking of hand, and then we're ending with a beautiful connection shot of Joe lifting up the veil to see his beautiful bride's face during the wedding ceremony. On the left hand side on this page we've got all the link shots, the connection between all the guests and the atmosphere to show the atmosphere and the emotion. On the right hand side we've got the bride and groom walking down the aisle. It's on this side, it's on the right hand side for a reason, because it's ending the sequence and it's showing the viewer that we're now going to go to a different section of the day. But I just love the image also, a big smiley face, job done, the relief of them walking down the aisle, beautiful colours and tones and big smiley faces. When producing bride and groom portraits, I understand that it's a wedding day and it's not a photo shoot. With this in mind, I work fast and use available light. I have a degree in communication studies and studied body language at university. This comes in very useful during this time. I tend to direct and not pose the couple. I'll interact with them. I'll ask them questions, which produces genuine portraits. There's nothing fake, stiff or overposed here. I do like to create some wow impact images if time permitted and the bride and groom are up for it. This was a beautiful destination wedding in Aldernez in Turkey, so we took advantage of the infinity pool and the sunset. This image would be in the centre of the album. It would be it open as a double page. I think Melissa and Joe have this printed out on their wall as a work of art. What a stunning image and something to be really proud of for years to come. Pure documentary style page during the wedding speeches. Again, I love to seek out natural moments and turn them into extraordinary images. You know, photos that are going to trigger memories and emotion for years to come. On the left hand side we have the bride father standing up doing his speeches, speech in hand, nervous smile on his face, but a big wow impact image on the right hand side of Melissa happily fighting back the tears, Joe looking on with a big smile on his face. We've took the colour out of this image as not to distract from the emotion, and it's a nice clean image. It's two simple images telling exactly the same story. In 10, 15, 20 years time, I'm sure Melissa will be able to look back in this and remember what her dad was saying, but more importantly she'll remember how she felt during this moment. I tend to end the album on a beautiful classic portrait or something a little bit different or unique, just something that establishes it's a good bookend for the album. This could be simply the venue lit up overnight, or the bride and groom walking off down the road to the next chapter. But in this case, this is Melissa and Joe at sunset, a beautiful unique portrait, quite a freak situation of the wave crashing up behind them unexpectedly. I don't think I'll be able to reproduce this image anytime soon. On the right hand side we finish with a beautiful tender third eye kiss. If you don't know what that is, I highly recommend you Google third eye kiss. Apparently it releases endorphins and creates a connection with the person who's giving and receiving it. That's a totally different story, but we've started the album with an establishing shot. The album throughout has told many stories and has many layers and textures to it, and then we've ended with a wow impactful image that's going to be very memorable. The whole idea behind this is that I want my customers to remember how they felt on their wedding day and proudly say, wow, that was me, that was us.
Well done, Joe. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful, isn't it? Come and see, look that up. Oh, look at that. Wow.
Are you ready?
Yeah, are you ready?
Wow. Really gorgeous, that, isn't it? Look at that. I love that picture. I absolutely love that picture.
That's incredible, isn't it? Wow, look at that. What do you do? I should have said it.
It's really heavy.
Oh, look at that. Oh my word. No way.
You kind of forget, don't you, all the months?
You do, you forget. Look at that. Who's that good looking guy? Look at all the girls.
Such a simple thing to say, you forget, isn't it? And that's what I suppose it's about.
Oh my word, look at that. Oh my god. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful.
Wow.
Look at that.
That is amazing.
Look at the colours on that.
Grand finale.
Amazing. Absolutely gobsmacked. Wow.